different.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, you gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got a lot. I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. I said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no Revlon. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this a highlight. We send the high vibes, homie, this a high life. We rising far above the game, that's a flyby. But we still connected to the source, that's that Wi-Fi. Reception, now we answer the call. This squad taking questions and we answer them all. We don't wanna see you fall, we wanna see you ball. We all gon' eat with the peeps, we gon' feed them all. Couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. I said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like
What's
my money
happening,
pure.
good people?
like
I
my
hope
money
y'all like y'all money pure because I like mine pure. And today we're going to be talking about selling your way to wealth. Guys, that's the only way that I know to get wealthy. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Hopefully I can get through the whole segment today. If not, we'll do a part 2 tomorrow. But the only way that I know to get wealthy is to sell your way to wealth. And we're going to be breaking that down today. This is the key for everybody. It ain't just me. I mean, everybody. If you want to get wealthy and you want to get wealthy fast, you're going to have to sell your way to it. So you guys may want to tune in today so you guys can hear about this information. Make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. And most importantly, guys, I want you to share this out right now to 3 business owners that need to hear this information. This is your regular podcast each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. We are here at the Dollars to Cents podcast, helping you guys out. This podcast is created hopefully so you guys can start making sense of this stuff and stop getting scammed when it comes to investing and getting involved in business, and most importantly, trying to generate some wealth for yourself. So we're going to be talking about different business topics, different investment strategies, and different mindsets that you're going to need in order to generate that wealth that you guys all want to obtain. So once again, make sure you're hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. We are about to dive into selling your way to wealth. But before we get to that, you know how we do. We got to do a little bit of housekeeping. So if it's your first time here, I appreciate you guys. I'm Dr. Travis Davis. I am your government contracting wingman. I like to simplify complex situations and remove the confusion for you guys and make sure that we have a simplistic way of generating wealth for ourselves, whether it's the education or it's the software. We got it for you guys here with the Pure Money family. But before we dive into our lesson, make sure that you guys are putting in the chat where you are tuning in from. This is always an opportunity for each and every one of you guys to network with each other. You never know who's watching the video live and or watching it on replay. So take that time out and let us know where you are viewing in from. And also, don't forget, you told me that you want to be a millionaire, so I need you to drop it in the chat right now. I am a millionaire. Guys, I've realized the fastest way for me to generate $1 million was to believe that I could generate $1 million. And I'm telling you right now, if you do not believe that you can become a millionaire, it doesn't matter what I'm teaching you or anybody else on this internet is teaching you, because it starts with you first. I can give you every direction in the world, but if you don't believe you can execute on it, guess what? It's not going to get executed on. So make sure you put in that chat, I am a millionaire. And last shout out that I have for you guys, shout outs to you guys for continuing to share out this channel. You guys are helping this whole thing grow. If you're on Instagram and you want to see the bigger version of this, you can click the link in my bio or visit travisknows.com. Don't care how you spell the nose, just put an S on the end. And click on the YouTube link and it'll bring you right over here to YouTube. And if you ever want to go watch any of our previous videos and lessons, once again, they are saved there on the YouTube channel. I'm not 100% sure how long they will be up there, so you may want to take advantage of it today. But let's start out with some things. Who we got in the house real quick? We got Gavin hanging out here from Denver. What's happening with you? I appreciate you being here. My brother's the first one here today. C. Nash, what's going on with you? We got Tony out in Texas. Oh, he in Oklahoma today on that road. Shout outs to you, Tony. We got Nasheed out in the DMV. I believe that's Nadir. Let's see. We got Big Face Trucker. What's happening out in Atlanta? What's going on with you? We got Mike out in Hood Bridge. What's happening? You guys, hey, I don't know if y'all know, that's where I was raised up at, out there in Woodbridge. Shout outs to you, Mike. What's going on? We got my man Dexter. What's happening with you? Another millionaire in the building. What's going on? We got Demeter out in North Carolina. Hey, I was actually looking at the Carolinas last night as a place to move. I think I'm going to move down to the Carolinas near the water. Was debating between there and Florida, but I'm thinking the Carolinas. But I may be in a Carolina near you. All right, let's see. Did I miss anybody? We got Kyle. What's happening with you, Kyle, out in Tampa, Florida? What's going on? Instagram, we got Tom Fitness out in Gainesville, Virginia. Now, funny story, Gainesville is where I was actually, we moved out there when I was in elementary school. It wasn't nothing in Gainesville but a railroad track and our row of townhouses when we moved out there. I went to Tyler Elementary School, but it's a whole new world in Gainesville now, man. I get lost every time I go out there, but shout outs to you being out there in Gainesville, Virginia. It is a whole new world. Look, if that was my house out there when I was a kid, man, my parents should have kept the house, but most people over leverage, and they over leverage growing up there. And man, if they would have kept that house, they could have made themselves a lot of money. My man Robert, shout out. Once again, guys, we are going to be talking about selling your way to wealth today. I got 9 techniques or tips, or however you want to call it. I got 9 of them that I'm going to share with you guys today. I hope that I can get it all done. I do have to get off of here by 8 o'clock because I got my 30-day challenge right behind you guys. So we do have to get out of here. Once again, if I don't finish all of them, I will carry it over into next Tuesday into a part 2 segment on selling your way to wealth. Now, I want you guys in the comment, be truthful with me, okay? Be truthful with me. How many of you guys like to sell on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being, I really, really hate selling, Travis, and 10 being, man, I can't sleep. All I think about is selling stuff. So on a scale of 1 to 10, How is your relationship with sales? Is it strong or is it really, really bad? So go ahead and drop that in the comment. 1 to 10. Let me know. And the reason I started this off like this is because majority of the world, man, when we start talking sales, oh man, they shrivel up. They go in the corner. They're scared of this word sales. They often come with negative words when we start talking about sales. And it baffles me. I don't know how everybody talks about sales so negatively, but yet they're buying stuff all day, every single day. But let me not get into some of the details that I'm going to give you guys as tips here. But one of the first things that I realized to help me become a better salesperson is first I had to acknowledge where I stand with sales. That's why I asked you guys that question, so you can understand where do you stand at with sales? Because I'm telling you right now, and Demeter, shout outs to you for being honest. If you are anywhere in the range of 1 to 3, we got a problem. we have a really bad problem. And that's okay because you admitted it. Now it's time to learn new information so we can change that 1 to 3 and hopefully knock it up at least to an 8. We got to get you over a 7 because you're not going to get free if we don't involve sales in your life. So hopefully by the end of this, I can change my people who said 1s and 3s. I can change that and we'll flip that bad boy over around to 8, 9, 10. How about that today? All right. So let's dive in this thing. The very first thing, guys, is, again, I want to share 9 of my pure money facts. This isn't anything from emotions. This is facts. I've done it. I'm not asking for anybody's opinion, anybody's idea. I'm telling you, this is what I have done. This is what I do. So I know it works because it has changed my life. And hopefully, again, it can change yours today. Now, the first thing here, when we start talking about selling your way to wealth, the very first thing is I need you guys to realize you must take yourself out of the equation. If you want to become the best salesperson, guys, you gotta understand that, this thing has absolutely nothing to do with you. See, most people are nervous as hell when it comes to their first time to go sell something. And hopefully, again, I'm going to help you to remove that nervousness because I need you to have a level of confidence that you can't even imagine. Right? You may think that you were good. You may think that you were confident. And I needed to go up to another level in order for you to become the best salesperson that you possibly can be. Now, see, most people make their love of the product their focus point. And that is the opposite of what I want you guys to do. When you do that, I know you're not going to sell anything. And that's, again, how most people start out in sales. Because you guys have heard the cliche thing. They tell you to start with what you're passionate about. Start selling the things that you know about. So naturally, when you sell things that you know about or that you're passionate about, well, guess what? You're always going to focus on your love for it, your passion for it. And I'm telling you guys right now today, that will not make you a sale at all. Maybe every now and then you may catch somebody out there in the streets that listen to that. But I'm telling you, as a millionaire already who has completed this mission of sales, making $1 million, that did not help me to make it. You need to be the least important component in your own mind when selling. And the prospect will make you the most important. I hope you guys understand that. You need to be the least important in your own mind. It starts with you first because you're not buying the product or the service. So it ain't about you. You need to literally remove yourself from the equation. And then if you do this correctly, the person who's going to buy from you, they're going to make you the most important. It's that simple. But you got to follow my techniques that I tell you in order to become the most important person in this equation. If you're going to sell someone something, sell them the one thing that they want to buy. Don't sell them all this other stuff. What is the number one pain point of that person, and sell them that and only that. Don't worry about anything else. Because if you can alleviate that problem for them, trust me, they will buy it. And I'm going to show you guys in one of my numbers here a little bit later why that fits that equation. You only want to sell what the customer wants to buy and forget about yourself, and it's going to make your customer remember you. I hope y'all get that. If you sell the one thing that the customer wants to buy and you remove yourself and your emotions of that product and service out of the equation, it forces your customer to remember who you are because you become their problem solver. I'm trying to tell you guys, sales has absolutely nothing to do with you. Just because I said it doesn't mean it. Just because I said it, it doesn't mean that my customer heard it. See, this is why when you guys go through all that technical jargon, just because you said it out of your mouth, chances are your customer didn't hear anything that you said because you keep talking too much. Your technical jargon is not the definitions that they understand. This is why I'm trying to tell you guys that it's extremely important that y'all stop talking so much. You stop putting yourself in this equation. You have to be able to ask more questions to get more answers so you can allow your customer to give the presentation. That's all we do, man. If you want to be the best salesperson, you have to get your customer in the state that they gave the presentation, not you. And now that may baffle some people. You may be thinking, well, Travis, I created the presentation. So how could the presentation possibly be given by the customer? Well, that means that you need to know your customer a little bit better. Because you should be asking them the words of how they understand a product or a service. And that should be how you should be making your presentation. Because that presentation is going to solve one problem and one problem only. It ain't going to get into all the big stuff. If you get in the habit of asking the customer enough questions, they will always, always, always give you the answers to the equation. It is your job to listen. Now, here's the thing with sales. Salespeople are horrible because they constantly listen to their own voice. I'm trying to tell you guys, this is why people hate salespeople, because the majority of the people that they come across of sales suck at it. Because they're constantly saying words out of their mouth and all they hear is themselves. They never listen to their customers. And in order to fix this problem, you got to be able to practice it. Like, shutting up is a very hard skill to do, whether you know it or not, especially if we're talking about your lane, your industry. Even myself, I can get caught up talking business and government contracting for hours, and I have to slap myself on the wrist and say, Travis, shut up. Don't nobody know nothing about all of the acronyms that I use in government contract. They don't know about the WAVE system. They don't know about the CPARs. They don't know all these rules and regulations, and I'm just spitting them out of my mouth, and they just sitting there nodding their head. That's how most people do. When they don't know any information, they just say, yeah, yeah, I got that. They don't know nothing that you're saying. And that is how you're going to lose the sale. You must have a level of empathy and don't think about how much money you are going to make, because that will cause you to lose money. See, most people aren't good at sales because all they focus on is how much money am I going to make? I keep trying to tell y'all, remove yourself from the equation. You don't have to worry about how much money you're going to make. If you sell it, it makes money. So that whole factor of, I'm worried about how much I'm going to make out of the deal. Well, if you keep that at the top of your mind before you go walk in the room to sell, I can guarantee you're going to walk out of that room with absolutely not one sale. Part 2. I don't know if you guys knew this or not. You guys about sales, and I got those low number sales because most of the time in our community we have a negative definition to a salesperson, and now that's forced us to think of salespeople in a negative term. So when we need to approach the sales cycle, we don't want to be the bad guy. But see, I need you guys to understand this. Selling adds value to the world. I need somebody to type adds value. I really need you guys to understand the importance of salespeople in the world. Without no salespeople, man, this world would be messed up. And y'all know I'm about to break it down to you. I got to break it down to you. Because I need you to understand and believe that you have to become a salesperson, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. When we get finished with this live, your ass better turn into a salesperson tonight. That's how important it is that you turn into a salesperson. Now, in order to make this amazing value into the world, you got to understand this thing called the prism. Now, I often teach people my 7-cart strategy, right? So most people have heard of 7 streams of income. I think that is crazy and insane every time I hear a fool of influence try to tell other people that you need to have 7 streams of income to build wealth. If you go sit those people down and talk to them, guess what they do not have? 7 streams of income. They're some liars. Now, what you should do is have 7 carts of income. And if you have 7 carts of income, guys, what ends up happening is you'll get to your wealth very, very quickly. And it starts like this. Every single salesperson has this. They have a product. That's what the P stands for in the prism. Find yourself a product to sell and find the product fast. Every single product that you come up with has a related product. So if I wanted to sell cameras, guess what comes with a camera? A lens. Guess what goes with a lens in the camera? The bag that the camera needs to go in. Guess what comes with the bag in the camera? That little damn cloth rag, because you can't wipe it down with anything. Guess what comes with the cloth rag? Some spray that you could put on there. Guess what comes with that? Well, if you're going to be a cameraman, you probably need a jacket and a lighting system. Like, there's so many other related products that all of a sudden I can find when I focus on my main product. Well, guess what? If I'm still sticking down the camera lane because I'm a cameraman, this is what my business is. I do camera photography shit. So now I've created a list of all the products that I could sell that I don't even have to own. I could be an affiliate to all of these products, and I don't advise you to own any of these products. I advise you to sell the products that was already created, because that ain't your thing. You don't manufacture products, so I'm not asking you to go down the manufacturing of products lane. Instead, I'm saying you use these products, stop talking about it for free, and start putting it in a system that you can make some money off of. If somebody buys the camera, they got to have the lens. If they get the lens, they got to have the lights. If they got the lights, they got to have the bag. Put it all together in one location that people could buy it from you. If they buy all of your products, if somebody was to sit there to buy the camera, buy the lens, buy the bag, buy the cloth, well, guess what? They need information to go with those products. So create a course to teach people how to use the Sony cameras, because I damn sure don't know how to use the Sony camera yet. I keep telling my best friend to create the course and he won't listen to me. Because every time he goes to the internet, he sees that somebody else has created a course for camera work. And I keep trying to tell him, don't worry about somebody else. Take yourself out of the goddamn equation. And understand that there's people in this world right now that's seeking your information to the product that you are talking about. But guess what? If you don't talk about the product, then don't nobody want your information. If I talk about the product, if I give you information on the product, I force you to get my service behind the product. So if I'm a cameraman and I'm talking about the camera, I'm talking about how to use the camera. Well, guess what? You want a photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? You can't take a picture of yourself like that. You just got started in the camera game. You don't know how to do professional photos for yourself yet. And if you've been listening to me for the product, you've been getting all my information, well, you're going to come get my service. And the last one, media. You got to have the media to go behind it. We running ads. We creating content. I just showed you guys multiple ways to sell the same stuff. So I don't have to get out of my lane. I don't have to go chasing money. I hate chasing money. The worst thing in the world that you can do is chase money. Instead, if you create this system for yourself, everybody will start to respect you as a person of value because you're staying in your lane and you opened up multiple carts. It's just that simple. Somebody drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you guys are with me thus far. If you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, drop that fire emoji. Also, make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, hitting that share button, and most importantly, hitting that subscribe button. Guys, we need 3 other business owners that you guys know right now to get in on this live. If you are on Instagram and you want to see the bigger view, you can click the link in my bio, click on YouTube, and you can actually see the bigger page. This is our Dollars to Cents podcast. We are here live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time zone. All right. Number 3. Let's see where we at. Selling. It enhances your life. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Matter of fact, when I say selling enhances your life, I got to get back to the value side a little bit more, because when I bring the value with the enhancing of your life, you'll see how this thing explodes. See, selling adds emotional value to everyone. How many of you guys get excited when you make a sale? Like I've never in my life seen somebody not get excited the minute that they make a sale. I don't care if it's a $5 sale or a $50,000 sale. Now, don't get it twisted. The smile is way bigger when somebody's making $50,000 worth, somebody's making $5 in a sale. But regardless, every time they make a sale, they get excited. Selling adds monetary value in the world. When you make money, everybody around you wins. I'm trying to tell you, when you make money, your whole squad gets excited. Selling adds more esteem in the world. Your swag just goes to a whole nother level. I'm telling y'all, man, when you start making money for yourself and, wait till you cross that $1 million marker. When you cross that million, matter of fact, before you even get to the $1 million, when you make 6 figures for yourself, your swag is on a whole nother level. Can't nobody tell you shit. When you hit $1 million, your cockiness comes up there. You know what I'm saying? Don't hit 10. You don't even know me no more. Selling enables, I hope you guys understand this. Selling enables that charity organization, that nonprofit organization that's making an impact in your community, that's providing for the homeless in your community, that's helping the single mothers, that's helping the children. That nonprofit organization, the damn thing wouldn't be there if somebody didn't make a lot of money to donate to it. So see, we got to stop talking about selling as evil. If somebody didn't sell and make $50 million, the nonprofit organization would have never had $1 for you. The cancer research would not be getting researched. You have to understand how important sales is to this economy. The media will have you to believe when you are selling, you're taking value out of the world. I'm trying to advise you guys, the more you sell, the more value you add into the world. How do I know this? How do I know it is a fact that the more you sell, the more value you add into the world? Well, I read the Bible. And guys, I'm not a biblical person. I'm not your preacher. I'm not about to sit here and go that. But what I am trying to tell you is that every single place that I look, when it has this thing called money involved, it follows up with God. All paper money has on the back, in God we trust. When you go to court and you start talking about your life, you got to put your hand on the Bible and swear. When, the politicians go into office, they swear themselves in with the hand on the Bible. So I said, well, wait a minute. If this system keeps using this book, I think I need to open it and read it a little bit. And when I read through a passage, I always get stuck at this. But King Solomon, Proverbs 11:20, he was the wisest, wealthiest man that ever touched this earth and still is till today. Why? He said, if you have something good, do you guys understand me? If you have something good, you have a moral obligation to sell it to as many people as you possibly can, or else you're robbing the world from your gift because you're being that selfish. Do you realize that King Solomon, he asked for wisdom? I want y'all to hear me. The wisest, wealthiest man in the world could have got anything that he wanted. And the one thing he asked for wisdom. And with that wisdom, everybody in the world came to seek the information from him. And they paid him in riches in return. I just want y'all to know that. So see, I don't have to worry about making a whole lot of money if it's a negative term. There's nothing negative about making a lot of money because I've been provided information, because I've been provided a skill set that others seek from me, because Solomon got all of the information and in return, everybody paid him in riches. And it made him the richest man in the world. So now I already know, as long as I keep learning information and as long as I keep executing and keep talking about it, I deserve to get wealthy just like King Solomon. Now, how does selling enhance life? Selling enhances everybody's life. Now, I want you guys to think about this. For my truck drivers out there, shout outs to my man, Tony. For my lawn care people out there, shout outs to my man, Robert. My nurses out there. Whatever your industry is right now, I want you to think about the best person in your industry and the worst person in your industry. So think about the best truck driver that you know. It could be you, Tony. And I want you to think about the worst truck driver that you know. And I want you guys to ask yourself this question. What's the difference in pay between the worst truck driver and the best truck driver? What's the difference in pay between the worst lawn care provider and the best lawn care provider? A couple $1,000s. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did the truck driver make $10,000 extra than the other truck driver? Do you see what I'm trying to explain to you guys? That job title that you guys got right now, that don't make you the best. Anybody can do it. And if you fight to be the best at it, I want you guys to understand, because there's some amazing truck drivers like my man Tony. There's some amazing lawn care people out there like my man Robert. But see, the beauty is they own the business. You know, they're not working all day long. If you stay working as the truck driver, if you stay working as the lawn care person, and you have to compete with the worst lawn care person, there's nothing that you can do to make a dramatic leap to show a difference that you're the best and they're the worst. You're just going to make a couple extra $1,000. Not with sales. Nah, hell nah. Sales don't work like that. I can see a huge leap between the worst salesperson and the best salesperson. Let me give you guys an example. Matter of fact, I want you guys to answer this. Put in the chat, who do you guys know is the best salesperson in the world? Who do y'all think, or who do you guys see as the best salesperson in the world, in the entire world? I'm not talking about just the United States. Who do you all see as the best salesperson in the world? And I mean, it's really only like two people that come into mind, but of course I can add a couple more, but the other things, they're not people. I'm talking people. The best salespeople in the world, I hope y'all are understanding this. I believe it's this thing called Amazon. You know what I'm saying? I think Amazon may know how to sell better than anybody else in this world. And now if we understand that Amazon is the best salesperson in the world, Jeff Bezos, and then right behind him, or it could be in front of him, is Elon Musk. I would have had Elon Musk at the top, but you know, he went into Twitter and was talking too much and just messed that up a little bit, but he's still good at sales. You know what I'm saying? These two are the best. So if I say that those two are the best salespeople in the world, let's look at the gap difference between the best salesperson in the world and the worst. The worst salesperson in the world might be you. It could be somebody that you know. Hell, I'm the worst salesperson in the world when I compare myself to them two. They are making trillions of dollars and I'm just doing a couple million. It's people that are starting and only doing $5. Now, that's why I love sales. I can see the complete difference of the best and the worst. I can't see that at a job. It's impossible. Selling is worth getting good at because good salespeople make a difference. And if you don't get good at sales, you're never going to be able to make a difference. You know that thing that you saying that, man, I should be able to make an impact on my community. Well, don't sell it. Don't sell and don't make no money and see how much of an impact you're going to make. I'll wait for your impact. It's never going to happen. This is why people can't get that nonprofit. It baffles me in my mind when everybody's like, I want to start a nonprofit to help my community. You ain't made no money. Who going to give you the money for that nonprofit? That's your problem. That's your mission. I'm not about to make $2 million and care about your mission. You know what I'm saying? So my people that be trying to start all them nonprofits, you should start a for-profit company first, make a whole lot of money selling, and then you can solve all the problems that you want to solve because it's your money. Instead of crying for somebody else's money and saying, you're not coming into my community. Well, they didn't make the money for you. They don't care about your problems, and they don't have to. Instead, you should be flipping the script and asking yourself why the hell you ain't selling instead of begging. I don't know if you guys know this, how salespeople enhance the world. Do you guys know that good salespeople get to travel? And not only do they get to travel, good salespeople get to travel for free. I hope y'all realize this. The more you sell, the more you travel for free. What do I mean by this? Well, guys, Usually when you sell stuff, you got to buy stuff. So you can use your credit card to buy the products that you reselling. So you get all the points on your credit card. So you end up traveling for free. If you're really, really good at sales, you're going to be selling for somebody else's business. And chances are they have something called affiliate marketing tied up in there. And in that affiliate marketing, they may have programs out there that the top 10 salespeople get to get on a cruise for free. All types of stuff happen in the sales lane. But what ends up happening when you become the best at it, you just start getting a whole bunch of free stuff. I'm telling you guys, sales enhances lives, and it should be enhancing yours. Good salespeople create something that we call the butterfly effect. It impacts the world every time you get paid. I want you guys to understand this. There was a survey that was made, and it said 95% of the population is in poverty. 5% of the population is wealthy. 95% of the population hates selling. I want you guys to hear me. 95% of the population hates selling, but they love buying. How do I know that 95% of the population loves buying? Because they're broke. The only way that you can get broke means you over leveraged buying things you had no business. So if I know and understand that 95% of the population loves to buy, that means that if I step into the 5% of the population that loves to sell, every day I got 95% of the population waiting for me to sell them some shit. The odds of me becoming a good, successful salesperson is really good because every day that the man upstairs allows me to open my eyes, it's people willing to buy. I don't have to listen to the people around me talk negative about salesmen and salespeople and that they evil and all of that. And then that same person who told me that salespeople are evil took their ass to the club Friday night and spent all their money. They went to the mall right before the holiday and bought up all the clothes. You can't tell me that you hate salespeople and yet you spend all of your money buying stuff from people. You just didn't want me to be the salesperson. That's what it is. You didn't want me to be the salesperson. You wanted people that you didn't know to sell. I'm here to change that for you guys. I want y'all to sell to them people. Part 4, guys, we're not going to get through all 9 today. I'm going to end it on part 4 and then next week we'll come with the rest. Part 4. Guys, selling is the easiest thing in this world to do, but it is the hardest thing in this world to learn. Ooh, I hope y'all. Come on, man. I hope y'all are with me so far. Somebody drop a fire emoji down there in the chat. Let me know that you guys are understanding what I'm putting down. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this live feed out with 3 other business owners because I know they need to learn how to sell today. You know what I'm saying? We're here each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. This is the Dollars to Cents podcast, man. We want to make sure that we're starting to simplify things so you guys can stop getting taken advantage of. You guys can stop getting scammed and you can start building this wealth. Today, we're talking about selling your way to wealth. I don't know any other way to get wealthy if you ain't selling something. People can talk all this BS about getting wealthy. And trust me, I done heard everybody's example of getting wealthy. Invest in this, invest in that, get this policy for this, get that policy for that. How the hell you going to get the policy if you ain't got no money? How the hell you going to make an investment into something if you ain't got no money? Oh, I know they told you this real estate thing, you could do it with no money down. Well, tell me how easy that's going to be. You know what I'm saying? You could work real hard to keep trying to figure out how to keep scamming your way through this thing called life, man. When all you got to do is focus on selling something. You can make $60,000 today, and I guarantee your real estate investment will be a whole lot different. You can sell and make yourself $1 million in the next 6 months. And I guarantee that you can invest in that life insurance policy. You can go get that 401k policy. You can go get that IRA policy. You can go get some rental units. You can go invest in trailer park homes. You now got the money to invest. But I don't know how else you get the money if you're not willing to sell. This is why selling is the easiest to do, but it's the hardest to learn. It's easy, guys. Before I even tell you guys why it's easy to do, why do you think sales is so easy to do? Can somebody put in the comments, why is it that I say sales is the easiest thing in this world to do? Because I know a lot of people are saying, well, Travis, man, you saying it's the easiest thing in this world, but I mean, it's extremely hard to me. And guys, let me share to you why sales is the easiest thing in this world to do. Well, I told y'all earlier, sales is the easiest thing in this world to do because everybody wants to buy. It is so easy because you don't have to think about it. It is literally not enough sellers in this world. Do you guys hear me? I told you 95% of the people want to buy every day, and there's only 5% of the people to sell to them. It's impossible that we'll ever have enough salespeople in this world for all the people in this world that's buying. You have to love to sell knowing that the mathematical equation behind it says you're guaranteed to win if you just try to sell. Did you guys know this? How many of you guys, put a me in the chat if this fits you? How many of your parents growing up used to tell you, oh, we can't do that till Friday? Until payday. You know what I'm saying? They always told you you can't do something until payday came on Friday. So you had to wait Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you sitting there on Friday until that payday hit. You know people right now today that when Friday at 8, 9 o'clock hit, they waiting for their phone to make sure the check gets cashed in the bank account. How many of y'all know people like that? Even if it's maybe you, put a me in the chat. And you're lying if you're telling me that you don't know anybody like that. I could just plug them left and right. Guys, do you realize that those people who are waiting for their payment to come in on Friday, see, I don't call it a payday. See, I told you I had to change my mindset. I had to get a whole new vision of how the world is operating because I've been indoctrinated into this world as a consumer. And my thoughts and the way that I was operating and moving was stuck like a consumer until I opened my eyes and really started to pay attention to what was going on. Every Friday ain't payday for these people who think that Friday is payday. Do you guys know what Friday really means to each and every one of those people who are waiting for that damn phone to show that their check just got cashed? All Friday means to me is not payday. It means transfer day. They're about to transfer that money that came into their bank account into my bank account because they about to buy some shit from me. That's the reason that they're waiting at their phone, because last week they bought too much stuff and ain't got no more money in their account. And they're waiting for this week just to transfer it back out again. This is why I'm encouraging you guys. Don't listen to the negative stuff that people talk about on sales when on Friday they just waiting to transfer their paychecks to a sales agent. The question is, are you going to be the sales agent? Now, see, you may be thinking, well, Travis, I don't want to take anybody's last. I don't know if it's their last or not. If it is their last and they spend it with me, that's their fault. I don't count nobody's pockets. But what I am going to do is provide the cart for you to buy from me, because if I don't do it, somebody else will. You're going to spend the money, whether it's with me or not. It was burning in your pocket. That's why you keep waiting till Friday. So you got to ask yourself, are you going to keep letting your customer transfer their money on Friday to somebody else's account and keep skipping over yours because you don't want to sell anything? And we know that we got a whole lot of buyers on Friday. Every Friday. So stop calling Friday payday, and instead I want y'all to start calling Friday transfer day. Somebody type transfer day in the chat. I want to make sure that y'all are understanding that every Friday is transfer day. Put the transfer day in the chat for me. Selling is easy to do because you'll take time to practice. You'll get good at it, even if you suck at it right now. Hope you understand. If you take your time to practice sales, you have no choice but to get good at it. Even if you're the worst salesperson. I told y'all how you can measure the worst salesperson and the best salesperson. How much money are they making? You can sell today and only make $5. And in 20 days, I'm telling you, it should be shorter than this, depending on how dedicated you are to it. But if you keep practicing every single day at selling, in 20 to 30 days, you go from making $5 to $500. Guess what? You just made a big leap. Because there's still people stuck at zero thinking about selling. And you just made $500. The minute you learn how to sell $500, that means that you now are going to be practicing learning how to sell $1,000. Once you make $1,000, you're now practicing learning how to sell $10,000. Once you get to 10, it's 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 80, 80 to 160. It's a trickling effect because you keep practicing and you keep learning from doing. And this is the easiest industry that practice turns to profits. Selling is easy to do if you like people. I'm telling you right now, selling becomes tremendously easy if you like people. If you don't like people, don't you get your ass into sales. Go into working on things that don't require interaction with people. Sales requires interaction with people. So I'm letting you know right now, if you want them to be, Travis, I can't talk to people. Travis, me and people don't get along. Well, that's just your own reason. I already know how your life about to turn out. Because you can't sell nothing. You know what I'm saying? You keep trying to tell me what you can't do, which is a lie. You trying to tell me who don't get along with you, which is a lie. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you right now, if you love people, if you like people, you're going to get paid. I don't have to guess about this. The man upstairs already wrote it. He wrote it in the law. I love selling because it's easier than me spending 2 days working. I hope y'all getting what I'm trying to tell you. Man, listen, I got to hurry up and get out of here soon. 8 o'clock is coming. I remember I had to clean up my aunt's mansion one year. I need to get my grandmother on the line so we can talk about this one day. My first time and crying. I think I was about, 16, 17, something like that. And guys, I was pushing weight. I ain't even gonna lie. But I was trying to cover it up. So I still worked and I didn't spend the money because I seen that all the people that was doing that, they would spend the money and get caught. I kept the money. I ain't never spend it, but I also got a job. So in that process, I lived with my aunt up here and she had this huge mansion and they were trying to teach me life lessons, her husband, which, I consider him to be my father. He taught me so much. But one of his lessons that he taught me one day, he made me clean that house. He made me clean the whole house, top to bottom, inside and outside, with a washcloth and a bucket. That's it. 99 degrees outside. It took me 2 weeks to clean that damn house. He come in, he got kids, I'm looking and I'm just cleaning, but I live in this house, so what can I say? At the end of me cleaning that house, I broke down and cried to my grandmother, and I told her, I'm going back to the hood. I got in my car, drove back home, didn't come back for 3 weeks. Came back to my uncle, and I had to ask him, why did you do this to me? Why did you treat me like that, bro? Like, you treated me like I was the lowest person on a totem pole that you've ever met in your life. Like, you truly disrespected me, and I had to go. And he looked at me in my face and he said, well, Travis, guess what? If you keep doing all that dumb shit that I know that you're doing, this is what you're going to end up doing. You're going to end up with that mop and that bucket and that rag and cleaning and wiping for the rest of your life at the lowest of all jobs. That day I realized that I busted my ass and didn't make no money. I talk to everybody, you know, my Houston folks and whatnot, and I tell them all, I can't get back outside and do no manual labor. I can't, because I learned how to sell. The time that it took me to clean that house from top to bottom, it looked good too, by the way. I realized that I could have went out there and made $50,000 and just paid some cleaning people to go do it. And they could have knocked that thing out in a day or two. I'm not a cleaning person. Sales enables me to go hire the people to do the things that I can't do. This is why you got to get good at selling, because your hands shouldn't be doing the work. Your hands will drain you. Your hands will make you emotional and make you ready to quit and believe that this thing called life ain't fair. Just like I thought it wasn't fair when I left my aunt and uncle house. But they were trying to teach me a lesson. They were trying to teach me that if I keep focusing on these, you can see the path that it's going to take you. If I keep doing the ignorant things that I was doing instead of using my brain, it was going to take me down the path of the only thing that I could use is my hands. But once I started learning sales, I'm telling you, Pandora's box just opened up. It really started to show me the light. I started to become obsessed with sales. I love selling. Selling is easy compared to anything that I've ever done hard. That's why I love selling. It will never, ever compare to me sitting my ass outside in 99 degrees, wiping down some damn windows. It ain't nowhere near that hard. It will never, ever compare to me wiping down steps with a rag and a bucket. It will never be that hard to make a sale. Ever in the history of my life. It will never, ever be as hard as carrying tools and sweating my ass off around that house. It will never be that hard to make a sale. But yet we all have this misconception that it's the hardest thing to do in the world. And instead of selling, we go back to actually doing hard work. Selling is easy, and it makes it so hard to learn because it's counterintuitive. When you get started in selling, you focus on the money that you're going to make, and you end up making nothing. You must think about the benefits of your prospect and not yourself. I have to unteach you what you've learned and reteach you your God's given gift, that we are all salespeople in this world, each and every one of us. How do I know that? Because as a baby, you was a salesperson. You started out a salesperson as a baby. You learned that if I cry, I get something in return. My parents come to me. If I cry, they give me a bottle. I sold my tears to get the bottle. God gave us the gift of sales. It wasn't until we turned into adults that we forgot that gift. So guys, I got to get out of here. We're going to start part 2 next week, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Dollars to Cents podcast, and finish this thing up called Sell Your Way to Wealth. Drop a fire emoji down there. in the chat if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down thus far. Also, make sure you're hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, and let 3 other business owners and entrepreneurs know what we got going on over here. We will be back here tomorrow, guys. We will be back here tomorrow. Really quick, let me see if I can get to it before I got to get on my call. Tomorrow, what are we talking about? Tomorrow at 7 p.m. is our government contracting. We will be talking about the top 10 services to make $1 million in 2024. And on Thursday, guys, we will be going over how AI, artificial intelligence, can help you guys make millions. But I got to get out of here today. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. And I will see you guys later.